you really care about the next generation, what would you tell to them?
Right.
So when I talk to the kids, I like to talk to them about dreams. My dream was harmonica, but your dream could be anything. It could be to be a hockey player. It could be to be a lawyer. It could be to be a doctor. So what is a dream? The dream is the seed. Where does this seed come from? It comes from the heart. It comes from passion, not the mind, not our programming. Then what do we need to do to follow our dreams? We need to water them. We need sunlight. We need good roots. Like Muhammad Ali, the great Muhammad Ali said, root to the fruit. So we need our dedication, responsibility, passion, faith, discipline, knowledge, health, belief, courage, ethics, honesty. This is what I'd love for the kids to understand so that we can start growing. And then what do you do with all these great roots? You have to work. We have to work no matter what we do. If you're an artist, you must work every day. If you're a construction man, you work every day. So work is a big part, which leads to this growth, which starts going to connection, to friendships, to confidence, to strength, to balance, and to joy and happiness of what we're doing with our life mission to make this planet a better place.
So you're kind of philosopher. Which one you think you are most, a musician or philosopher, person?
You said something very deep, and most people ask me, you're a musician. I say, no, actually, I'm a philosopher, and they think I'm joking, but I love philosophy.
Should call you Mexican Canadian, because your name, David
Rotundo.
Is it Rotundo or Rotundo?
It's Rotundo. It's Italian. My father was born. Sorry, my father was born in Italy, in a little town called Guardia Regia up in the mountains. His parents were farmers for the whole village. Beautiful space. So his name was Rotundo, Nicola Rotundo. My mother, though, was Hungarian. Her name is Teresia Vlach. She was born in Hungary and escaped during the Hungarian Revolution. And my father and mother met in 1958 in Canada, and they got married in 1960. So my last name is Rotundo. Many people would say, so that means you're Italian, and they would ask my father, is he Italian or is he Hungarian? And my father gave a Shakespearean answer, and he said, he is a hungry Italian. I'm to Tallinn in Estonia. I almost feel like maybe I was born here. Like I really feel a very, very deep connection here. I feel great here, actually. So
you mean here in Estonia?
Here in Estonia, yes. I feel
how come?
I feel great. I feel great with the people, with the earth, with the artistic impression I see around here. I feel very, very good. And with the people, of course, everything starts always with the people. And the people that I've met here through Ultima Thule, through Jak and Slavka. Tell a little bit about Jak.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Look, Jak was I started the band Ultima Thule with Slavka and Riho, and this was a very revolutionary band which I didn't know about until 10 years ago, till I first came here, and to understand the impact they had and how great of artists and musicians they were means so much to me. I mean, these guys were doing the real thing, and they are the real thing, artist-wise and musician-wise. So I still have my connection with Jak because unfortunately Slavka passed on and Riho passed on, but Jak has become like a brother to me, and this guy is a genius. I mean, he is a producer, he's an engineer, he's an amazing drummer, he's an amazing musicologist, and historian. He's a very important person in my life.
Yeah, I understand you have some mutual projects to go.
And even though we've been together now for 10 years, we're just really starting to get deeper into our artistry, because he's such an artist, and I love art. So we're starting to make some big plans, and I'd love to return here. I'd love to record with the local Estonian musicians because they're fantastic. They're the greatest in the world, and I'd love to record my new songs with them, and I'd love Jak to produce the album.
Oh, right. Sounds great.
Yeah, I have a long history now. So I started out when I was young. I had 3 older brothers, and they listened to classic rock. I loved Led Zeppelin, The Doors, Jimi Hendrix, Deep Purple, AC/DC, Supertramp, all these bands. I was growing up with them. Eventually, I started to get hip to the blues, and I started listening to the blues. And I have to say, I mean, the blues changed my life. It was like I got to the Holy Grail. It was the most honest, purest, rawest, unpretentious music I've ever heard in my life. It made me scared. It made me jump for joy. It made me want to dance. It made me want to cry. It made me want to laugh. And I started to devour this music and stay in it. And it became my foundation. And I realized later that it was the foundation of the Rolling Stones, the Doors, Led Zeppelin, and Hendrix, and all these guys. So I felt that I was in a good place. I continued my relationship with blues, and as I got deeper into the blues, I started meeting very big people like Lee Oskar from the band War, who started the band War with Eric Burdon. I mean, incredible. They used to hang around with Jimi Hendrix all the time and talk about music. I met Ronnie Hawkins, who used to hang around with Elvis Presley. He grew up with Elvis Presley and Carl Perkins and Johnny Cash. The great Jeff Healey. I was in the pleasure of many great musicians through the blues, because blues seems to be a very, very basic and common and one of the most deepest languages musically.
That's a great list of them. Do you think that classical music sound and blues can be somehow combined? How would you
Absolutely, 100%, I believe it. And I also, look, I'm a big fan of Chopin, Tchaikovsky, Mozart, Beethoven. I mean, it doesn't get bluesier than that. I mean, these guys were as blue as it gets. So they were already doing it. I mean, this new form of blues that came out of the United States and things like that is a form, it's a formula. But I would love to explore classical approaches, classical openness of music to a blues current film. I feel it would be fantastic, a fantastic marriage and a new paradigm, because we are on the brink of new paradigms, and we must honor this new paradigm and shape it and manifest it. So the question is, how can we come together and go back the way the music and the artistry was, and the poetry was, back 40, 50, 60 years ago. I believe the intentions were very pure back then. Things were not driven by gain. Things were not driven by the dollar. Things were not driven by fame. Things were driven by an intense passion for getting to a deeper truth. To saying something with all your best intentions, with the intentions of growing, of transforming. And I believe that this is always has been the responsibility of an artist, is to seek a deeper truth. Shakespeare once said, "Politicians tell lies to uncover the truth. Artists tell lies to uncover the truth." Very smart, very, very well said, because what is the truth? Who knows? But at least let's try to attain the truth. Let's try to be honest and put forward our best art and best creations. So I feel that musicians and artists these days, whether it's a writer, whether you're a musician or a painter, we need to be driven by the honesty and the approach of seeking a deeper truth, not the fame and not the fortune, I think then we'll be at a better place.
How could it could be done? Because if you look at the artistic scene, it has changed a lot since Live Aid, since We Are the World, and Bob Geldof.
Yes, I hear you. You know what I would say? What we need more of now? More courage, more faith, more believing in yourself, more faith in what you're doing. Yeah. That's what I believe we would be best to go after. And those people back then, they had courage, they had faith, they had values, they had ethics, they had honesty, they had integrity. I feel if that's put before the art and before the desire, the ambition, then we'll have a good start.
Right.